What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. We're going to look at OMG. You know, that's one I've always loved, and it's actually doing pretty well today on this terrible down day for Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the other coins right now, just really getting hammered pretty good. So we're going to get into those, and what I want to do is look at them on the 4-hour time frame here so we get some good detail, kind of show you some of the oversold areas that we're hitting right now on the 4-hour time frame. So if you get some from these videos, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's dig into this. So first of all, for Bitcoin right now, guys, we are sitting roughly, let's see, 43,879 right now. And what you can see, we had a high climax volume right here to the downside. And guys, one thing I wanted to point out here is the fact that the RSI on the 4-hour time frame is down around 22. So we got smashed pretty good here. And typically when we do get pushed down that far, we do get some type of a relief rally out of here. So what I'm going to be looking at is to see if we can actually, in the next day or two, see if we can get a nice bounce up into this area. And what I did as I saw this crash, I started to just slowly enter a nice starter size position down in this area here. And what I'm playing is the reaction. So when we do get this reaction out of here, I'm going to see if it comes on heavy volume. If it does, then we potentially could get a trend line break out of here. But if it comes on light volume, then that's going to most likely show that we're going to have another push to the downside. So I'm playing this cautiously right now. I'm basically playing an oversold bounce. I'm looking at this like a reaction that potentially could be coming up here because of the climax volume that we had, and also because the relative strength is so low. We have not seen the relative strength as low as we got since roughly, guys, I'd say all the way back around July 21st, 2020. So this is pretty significant that we did get this low on this bounce. So you can even see over in this range when we had this huge crash here, the relative strength got to about 23, 24, right in that area. So we actually went a little bit lower than that. So definitely something I'm going to be keeping an eye on here. So I'm going to be managing this position here. And guys, I'm just doing, my thing is here, I'm just doing starter size, just a nice small position down into this range. If we go down a little bit lower, I want to see if 42,000 holds, because that's potentially another area that I could load up a little bit more, because my opinion is we're going to get some type of reaction back up in the next few days. You know, when you get pushed that far away from the 50 and the 200 on the 4-hour time frame, many times you will revert back to that or get pulled back up into those ranges right up here. Even if we got rejected back up at this trend line here, if you take a look, guys, so say we're buying down in this area here and we have a move back up and we even see rejection there, it could be anywhere from 5 to 8%. And that's what I'm looking for, just to take something quick, rip it out, and then kind of find our direction in this market, because right now we're having lower highs and lower lows now. This was a lower low. You can see we made it a little bit lower than that area. So I would definitely say be cautious in this area, but I am taking a little bit of a risk right now, seeing if I can play one of these oversold bounces in the next couple days, see if it, you know, gains a little bit of strength there and we can get some percent out of it. So that's kind of how I'm playing this right now. Obviously longer term stuff, you just let it roll, guys, and do what you do. So next, what we're going to take a look at here is Ethereum. ETH got hit pretty good. Right now we're at $3,112. Same deal, really heavy volume here to the downside, kind of that climax volume. Typically when we get that, guys, some type of climax, you do get some type of reaction out of there, and it can be a decent percent if you're just looking to trade it. On the 4-hour here, we're starting to get one of those green dots down here. You can see how low we got, just really got smashed. Our relative strength, we made it down to about 17. Right now we're at 26, so gaining a little bit of strength back there. What I like to do is kind of work through the time frame. So I'll look at the 3-hour and just see if we're gaining strength and momentum. So right here, same deal. Got our green dots down in this area. Relative strength here is at 24. If we get into our 2-hour and just kind of work your way up. So these were my support areas and we just busted right through them basically. Okay, so VWAP here, which is interesting, on the 2-hour, we're starting to gain some strength. We're at 6.36 right now. Relative strength gaining a little bit as well. If we do get a bounce out of here, I'd look at the first area of potential overhead resistance, which we'll have to turn red here at 3,215 is going to be the area. Downside, what we need to hold, 2,909 is going to be the area. But just be careful, guys, because realize if you're playing any of these bounces, you're going counter trend right now, and you can actually see we're trading below these moving averages. So when you're in an uptrend, you're going to be up above those, treating them as support. Right now it's resistance. So I'm just trying to play one of those oversold bounces here, see what happens in the next couple days. All right, so that's going to be Ethereum. Really watch those levels. Next one, we're going to take a look at Litecoin. And Litecoin, guys, it's at 161 here. And you also saw, I mean, I know a lot of people want to hate on Litecoin, but it's actually one of the coins that's getting adopted, like even with the AMC thing. You know, those are the coins that, you know, Grayscale and big institutions, they're going after Litecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash. You know, Zcash, I think, was even in on the Grayscale trust. I don't know if it's still there or not. But really watch that type of thing. I know there can be FUD, but in the longer term, if it's actually being adopted and it's sticking around and making it through market cycles, that's what you're looking for. But for me, I really love trading Litecoin. It has great volatility, always fun to trade. So for Litecoin right now, support, we need to hold about $152 is going to be the area. On the 4-hour time frame, the RSI is at 23. Our cipher here, we are starting to get that green dot down low. VWAP is starting to move up. We're at 2.01 on the 4-hour here, so gaining a little bit of strength there. If we take a look at our money flow, that is in the red. So you can see the money flow right down in that area, but you can see the VWAP gaining some strength, breaking over that 0 line. So you want to see that. And I would say if we can get a bounce out of here, the first area of overhead resistance is going to be about 166.47. Right in that area, then it's going to be up to around that 173.19. But, you know, guys, when you look at this in the longer term sense, what I'm paying attention to, I almost want to see if this is going to be almost like an A, B, C type correction. And maybe we go down a little bit lower or whatever. But I would be surprised if the bull market was done at this point right now. We're just completely done. You know, and this run was insignificant, and we're just going to be in a bear market now. To me, it just still seems like we have some time left, you know, maybe even to December time, somewhere right in that area. But, you know, it's just, for me, I'm taking trades one at a time. I'm trying not to have too much risk. But these are things that I do like to take advantage of, because when I see a big dump, many times, you know, in the next couple of days, it can reverse a little bit, and we can at least go back and test some of these areas. So if you're playing reactions, realize it may not be the longest term hold, but you can steal some percentage out of it, get back into cash, wait to see the direction of the market, and then make your next move, is basically how I've been playing this market right now. Because there is a lot of volatility. Guys, look at this. All the way up, boom, all the way down. And then this was the news, which was crazy. So just be careful out there. That's the main thing that I can tell you. All right, so that's going to be Litecoin. If you're here for that, let me know down low. Hit that like button, and then we'll move to OMG. OMG on the 4-hour, really strong volume coming in here. Volume's at 97.18K, average volume's at 33.12. So really nice volume coming up through that area. We would look to our next overhead resistance area. Main spot's going to be at about $12.38. Then it's going to be up to around 13, and then all the way up to around that 15.32 if we can get there. We just have to watch the rest of the market's been down. Sometimes it's tough for some of these coins to continue to pump when the rest of the market's being pulled down. So just keep an eye on that. I mean, you can see OMG really goes parabolic, but it can also give it back, guys. So that's why I'm not afraid to ever, you know, lock in some profits when it's looking good, you know, or getting a little toppy. But right now on the 4-hour time frame, VWAP's in the positive, relative strength's at 70, so we're not too crazy. We're not up around those 90, 95. You know, it could continue. If volume wants to continue in here, we definitely could make a higher move, and I'd look to those overhead resistance areas up above the 50, up above the 200. So we just have to see if this is going to continue up to the upside there, see if we can continue to get that volume. God bless you all. I hope you get some from this. Take care, my friends.